Welcome to the first Godot check-in video. Finally, I've been waiting to say that since like at least the beginning of January this year. And it's finally time to show you guys what I have been learning in this engine. Just for a bit of the disclaimer, these first few videos are going to be on the light end for as far as content goes, since I'm still learning like how the Godot engine works and I'm still learning GD script and all that stuff. So if this video seems short, my apologies. So far, what I've learned in the engine is pretty much the basics on how to navigate everything, what the nodes are, how to work like the animations for the character. Here, actually, let me show. Should be, yeah, like getting the animations in, working this freaking animation tree, even though I don't quite understand it yet, but I'm getting there. Learning the nuances and just the language of GD script itself. Learning how to do inputs for the player controller to make the character move, yada yada yada. Making the animation lip just just depending on where the player is like facing or which way they're moving either WASD or the left analog stick. That was rough. That was definitely rough, but we got, I'm saying, I want to say we're like 60% confident. Even though that's a D, we're 60% confident over here. Learning about variables, functions, vector threes, input coding, animation trees, yada freaking yada. Don't get me wrong, this has been fun, but this is a lot. I'm like, this is a new world for me, man. I'm just an artist, okay? I just like doing art. This is like, I feel like a fucking hacker. For the games I've worked on, I've just solely been an artist. So just sitting down and learning the nuances and ins and outs of the game engine is just like it's an experience, to say the least. But what I would ask is if you all could bear with me. I know the beginning of like a game dev journey, or it's beginning of learning how to work in a game engine, can probably be boring as shit on the consumer end. Now to finally get into the gameplay, the only two issues I've had as far as like the gameplay, I mean, talking about gameplay like it's like fleshed out. No, it's just a player controller working. Here, let me show you real quick. The only issues that, well, actually, here, let me show you. Let me tab back in real quick. So right now, we have a fully functioning left and right WASD movement. Everything works. It goes in the direction of where you put the controller or where your inputs are and stuff like that. We do have a jump. I'm pretty sure for the Godot vets out here, they already know that once you make like a new I think character body 2D node, it kind of gives you a player, like the player movement, like the minimal player movement, and I just built upon that. The hardest part was getting this. The character to move in the direction of your inputs. And I know what y'all are thinking. If that was hard to you, get ready. But yeah, just learning this alone was insane. But I loved every second of learning, like just how to go about it. Now the two issues that I've been having, one, you've probably seen that the animation, I don't know if you can see it on your end, but on my end, the animation that I've noticed is a little blurry. And I don't need, we don't want blurry pixel art, we want that shit to be sharp, you know what I'm saying? But as far as like the dead pixels on the run, that's on me. I kind of just did it in Clip Studio Paint. I didn't want to spend too much time on it, so I just made a run in animation and, just go from there. And the other issue that I've seen is, so when I push left, he runs left, right? He runs left, he push right, he runs right. Now, if a player is playing on PC and they push A and D at the same time, he runs in place, which it's playing the animation because I have it on trigger to where if they push WASD, they play the running animation. Right now that I'm pushing A and D at once, the game is technically doing what I told it to do. I'm playing and running animation, but I'm not moving anywhere because I'm pushing A and D A and D at the same time. It's the same thing with W and S, like W to go up, S to go down, or forward and back. I push both of them at the same time, he runs in place. So I I can vaguely remember what it's called to go about fixing that, but I just for some reason I just can't remember. Here, I'll pause and try to look it up. Give me 1 second. I can't find it. I'll figure it out later. But yeah, I digress. That's all I got to show for this week. It's a little light on the the content end. Like I mentioned earlier, expect the Godot videos to get a lot more thicker after the. I hate putting a number on it, man, but I want to say 5 to 6, but I'll say no greater than 10. I appreciate you guys as always. Thank you for stopping by and checking out the first Godot video, man. I'm so excited. I can't wait. The hyperbolic time chamber training arc. Shout out to Akira Toriyama. It begins, brother. It begins. If you want to stay notified, feel free to hit the subscribe button. If you're just stopping by to check out the progress, that's fine too. That's awesome. I appreciate that. Don't even worry about hitting the subscribe button. If you want, just leave a like. But with the YouTube semantics out the way, play more games. We get, dude, look, 2024. It's already starting to be a banger of a year. Get ready for Dragon's Dogma 2. Enjoy that game for me, please, because I cannot play it. Otherwise, have a good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, wherever you are around the world. And as always, stay frosty.